Much of the action language that we have been learning so far is very similar to any programming language like C or Java or hardware programming languages. But the next thing we're going to learn is more specific to xtUML modeling, and we're going to learn how to create instances of classes. Now, we've been using this action language function here, and it's getting a little messy. I'm going to leave it in place, but instead of creating 10 squares, I'm only going to create a few, and I'm going to delete some of these messages that get printed out. Some of these example expressions. And I'll leave those. But now I'm going to create object instance of a class. Well, to create instances of a class, I need to see my class diagram. And in our GPS watch, we have a class diagram that has the workout timer, track log, track point, display, lap marker, and heart rate sample classes. And let's look at Trackpoint. This class is named Trackpoint, and it has key letters, which I'm pointing to that are in these curly braces, that is also Trackpoint. This is a class that will have multiple instances. As the GPS watch is running, multiple GPS track points are being collected, so the application will need to create instances of the trackpoint class. So we will create object instance TP1 of trackpoint, and then we will initialize the attributes, which we have attributes of time, which is an integer, and then longitude, latitude, and speed, which are real. So let's set the time equal to 0, and the latitude equal to 35.0, the longitude equal to 40.0, and the speed value, the speed attribute value, equal to 5.0 kilometers per hour. I can save that, and then if I run the verifier, I can execute my test function, which I've been executing, and I've been getting some output here in the console, which I will continue to get. But now I get something new. Look here under Trackpoint. I now have an instance of the Trackpoint class created, and the attribute values are initialized exactly to the values that were set in the action language function. Let's create more instances. We'll run our function again, and we'll create trackpoint 2, and we'll initialize trackpoint 2 with a time value of 5, and we'll say that we have now moved to 35.1 latitude and 45.2 longitude, and that our speed has increased to 5.7 kilometers per hour. But let's also create a heart rate sample. So we'll create object instance HR1 of heart rate sample. And then looking at our class diagram, I believe that heart rate sample has only one attribute. Yes, it's got a heart rate, which is a real value. So we will set our heart rate. Nope, I forgot what it was called. heart rate. Heart rate equal to 120.0 beats per minute. If I save this and execute, I now have another instance of Trackpoint, initialized as I created it here, and now I also have an instance of the heart rate sample at 120 beats per second. So this is how we create instances of classes and initialize the attribute values for those classes after we've created them.